Okay, at some point in time, and I know this is a long time ago, maybe not too long ago, some point in time you asked me, why do I think it's going to get all the way down to 151 before you actually see something? And so, if you look in the past year, this is way back in before 2022 of September. This is the first time Solana went as high as it did. For whatever reason, around the 200 price range, there was a reaction there, and price came back down. Came back down all the way to the, looks like 110 area before coming back up. We have a little small reaction here. This would be what you can call like an indecision candle. You have the strong bullish candle here, and then what this candle here is like an indecision. It opened and closed roughly around the same area. So when price got here, for whatever reason, people were like, I'm not sure what exactly is going to happen. I don't know if I want to buy, I want to sell, I don't know what. Okay, so price spiked up through, came back down, had a reaction there, then came back down. We have another indecision candle. Finally broke back through, came back around, and has since then plummeted down. Now we are back at this area again, and over here you can see we've had one reaction from this area, and now we're coming back on our second one. Now I'm going to use historical price data to try to figure out what I think is going to happen, and if it happens, well then great, that's all fine and dandy. If it doesn't, then I'll figure something else out. So if we look at the times where price has actually come back into this area here in the past, price rejected off this area for whatever reason, don't know why. Indecision, another indecision, and we have a close off here. If you look at every single time you're in this area here and you have a bearish candle that closes, it will generally travel down to the 151 area. This one even went a whole lot further than the 151 area, but it definitely went to the 151 area. So I'm using that. This is an area where everybody's unsure what's going to happen. It's been here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. One time was rejection, then it broke through, a little bit of support, rejection, rejection. So out of the 5 times it's been here, it's been rejection 3 times, support once, and then that's been just about it. So I don't know what the 5th one is, but either way, it's rejected more often than it has actually provided support. So given what I have now, I am likely to see in this area here, if this will ever catch up with me, price came up in there strong. We did get a rejection off of it. We've tried to come back up above it with the next week's candle. We haven't been able to do that. And now we're closing. Well, this will be closed about a day in 11 hours. So Sunday, I guess, time frame, it should be closed. If it closes strong bearish, which it already looks like it is going to close bearish, it'll close lower than the previous weeks. It'll close very similarly to it has before. And when it happens to close bearish like that, it tends to gravitate towards this 151 area and lower. Now, that's where I'm thinking 151, because this is where we've seen previous price action before. If we can get to this area here and then sort of stall and look like it's roughly flip this inverse around, and you start seeing that on this side where you get it, you're just hovering here for a little while, then all of a sudden you get a weekly candle close that is higher than the rest, that would be a good indication that we're about to go back up. How far up? I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. I just want to know that for majority of the market sentiment, everybody else is thinking Solana is going to go up. That'll be for me to go ahead and be like, yeah, okay, now's the time for me to go ahead and buy back in. As of right now, I'm not doing anything. I'm going to wait until price either gets up here or closes above here, and all of a sudden we get something else. If you look in previous price data, if we close above and finally like start hovering above the areas that we've never been before, save for this one candle, there's a high likelihood we'll at least get back up to this high again. Because roughly it's that whole group mentality, market sentiment thing. If I'm one looking here going, okay, if we can break above these, we're going to go up higher. Everybody else who's possibly looking at this has that same mindset, so they're also buying in, which just increases. It just buys into that whole, okay, now it's going to go up. Well, look, we all made it go up. Yay!